So we're doing 521 now in glorious dark mode. And so I got a rooted Android device. It has to be rooted, and we're going to have Frida. So we're going to go ADB shell and check that I have root, and I do. So I've already run that Magisk on it. And I've already put Frida on here, which you have to have. So I can do an ls in data local temp. There's Frida in there. And of course, I made sure it's the same version as is on my Mac host, because if they're different versions, it won't work. So I can run Frida on here. And there is a way to run it in the background, but the way I use it, I just let it run in a different window because I'm too lazy to bother with that other stuff. There, now it's running. Okay. So I have to leave this window running. I'm just going to shove it to the side. And now we're going to install Keeper. So I go to the Google Play Store. Remember, I tried to use LastPass, and I couldn't install LastPass on the M1 version of my emulated machine here, but it worked. But Keeper I could install, another one of the famous password managers, and it turns out to be even less secure, so easier to hack into, so that's fine. So we'll install Keeper.
Did you just find this vulnerability after you couldn't do the last one? Or did you know about
Yeah,
this before?
no, I just went to like list of the top 10 when I tried them. They all work this. That's why I said don't panic, don't change, because as far as I can tell, they all do this. I read the security. Now, it warns you, by the way, don't run it on a rooted device. And they're not kidding, because as we're going to see, the fact that it's a rooted device means we can steal everything. So, all right, and I'm going to exit from this warning, and it'll let me, I still get it though. So now I think I create an account, and I see someone says try Night Shift. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Night Shift is another way to get dark all the time. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I should. Anyway, so now I have to continue anyway. Now I should have a welcome to your Keeper Vault screen, which I do. Okay, then I click create account. Okay, now I'm going to call myself CNET Demo 1 at Mailinator. You can put anything you want at mailinator.com. You can even use a real email address, but I would never do that. CNET Demo 1. Next. Then an email is there, and then master password, which is going to be PAD-SSW0ID123. Oh, that's right. I want it to be something I can find, so I'm going to make it, that's right. Use this one here, CCSF pound. So you can find it by searching CCSF pound, a string, and I'll make it so you can see it. CCSF pound, and then the rest of it doesn't matter. I'll just put in master, what I did there, master PW1, just so we can tell. If we're able to steal this password, we'll be able to find it by looking for CCSF pound. And so then same thing here, CCSF pound, master, PW1, okay. And that's it, next. Okay, an email has been sent. So go to mailinator.com. And I think it was CCSF Demo 1, right? Mailinator. I hopefully haven't forgotten it already. CCSF Demo 1, I think. Yep. No, maybe. Oh, good. Nope, it's empty. Did I get it? Did I make it CCSF Demo 1? I thought I did.
No, look on the right. Yeah, right there.
It's CNET Demo 1. Okay, good. Thank you. CNET Demo. Good. Good. There we are. Keeper. Action required. And yes. Well, I'm not going to be able to perform that action unless let me scroll. What's the story here? Oh, there it is. Okay, there I can finally scroll. There's the verification code. All right, I think I'll just use the verification code. KC, okay, it's verification code, K3C, 3S6. All right, how do you like that? It likes it. Okay, now we can put some data in here, and of course any kind of data will do, but I want to make data I can find, so I'm going to add Facebook just because it's easy. It recognizes Facebook. Everybody does. So it fills in this. Now I can give it an email, and I'm going to use, I think I want to just make sure and put CCSF pound in everything. Let me just check my instructions. Adding private data. Yeah, CCSF pound Facebook name, there we are. So it's CCSF pound Facebook name. So I'll be able to easily find this secret data later. click this thing to get it to go away. CCSF pound Facebook password. And I could add a field, but I don't want to. So that's good. Now I got a name and a password in there, so that's what I need. So I'll save it, which is up here. I don't know what that is. This is save. All right. Here, have you created your first record? Okay. Now I think that's it. Right now we just steal the data. Yep. Okay. So now we just have to clone free dump, which you did before. I should have it. Now this terminal is running Frida server. I need to just leave that running. And this one I'm going to use to do the dump. And I think I've already downloaded it here. I think I can go here. Yeah. I think free dump is, yep, there's free dump. Yep, so I can run it. Free dump is a directory because I've already done the git clone. I'm running into that free dump directory. So now I need to get the keeper process name. And this actually depends on whether you closed it and restarted it. When I wrote the instructions, I had closed it and restarted it, and then it had a normal name like this. But if you're still running it the first time, it's just named keeper with a capital K. So let's try Frida PS. Frida PS minus U for USB. And it should find all the processes, and it does. And now I'm going to grep for EEP. Yep, because I don't know if the K is going to be capital. There, and see, now it's actually just keeper with a capital K, because I stopped at this point. If you restart the phone, it'll change to a different name, but it's keeper with a capital K. So I do this to dump all the data and read all the strings. And just give it the name of the app, which is Keeper. And there it goes. And of course, it needs the server for this. And the server has to be running as root because it has to go into a folder, the Keeper folder. But there it is, downloading. These access violations are normal. I always see that. It's downloading all the binary memory, and then it's running strings on it all for you, which is really nice, and dumping it in a file called strings, which is, of course, what we want to look at because we're trying to find readable strings. That's why this app is great. I looked at a bunch of forensic ways to get RAM off a phone, and they're really, really annoying. They really don't get the right stuff. They get a lot of junk. This is the most efficient way to steal the good stuff fast. Frida rocks. All right, now I can just look for CCSF pound in dump strings. And it's binary. Whoops, I forgot. It's binary. So I got to use -A to print what it finds inside a binary file. And it finds tons of it. And what's really rude is not only does it find many, many copies of your Facebook name and your Facebook password, but when I did it before, it found the master password to log in too. Yeah, there's the master password to log in, which I've never seen one that bad where you find even that. So all your passwords, it looks like about 30 copies, 40 copies of each one, are just hanging in memory in this process, which is essentially the same thing as we saw with the Windows version of these things. Although LastPass was not that bad, but Keeper is pretty outrageous at just having a ton of copies of your data just hanging there in memory while this app is running. And if you reboot the phone, you'll have essentially the same answer with a different name of the process. So it's essentially the same as the Windows version. So that's what I wanted to show you. And like I say, the only thing is don't freak out because I don't know what else you can do. By the way, if you don't like this, if you use the built-in-your-browser password manager, in Microsoft Edge, it doesn't do this. It's not just hanging there all the time. It decrypts it when necessary, but it's encrypted with symmetric encryption, and the key is somewhere. So you could write a hacking tool. It will just find the key and dump it. And when Microsoft wrote a page about it, they said, we don't try to stop to protect your passwords when somebody gets root on your device. If they do, you're hosed. And that seems to be what everyone accepts. So this seems to be the state of the art for password managers. So the point is not to convince you that this is terrible and don't use it. It's important just to be aware how to use these tools and be aware of the security implications of using it. And for most people, it's still better to use it than not, because the only way to not use it is to just use the same password everywhere because you can't remember them all, and that's much worse. Now, if you actually carried around a book with your passwords written on a piece of paper and don't lose it, that would probably be even more secure, but then you'd lose that book and then where would you be? Anyway, so that's the joy of this project, and it works even on the ARM. It also works on the Intel. The other one seems to work only, PastBash seems to work on the Intel, but not on the ARM. So I'm going to stop this recording.